Grant Norsworthy with morethanmusicmentor.com here. We're focusing now on the bass guitar and the interplay between the bass guitar and the keyboards, especially the left hand of the keyboard player. Thanks Aaron, thanks Zach for joining us, and thanks Jonathan, who's going to help us out with a bit of groove here. But what we often find is, especially a less experienced keyboard player, they are still playing a bit like a piano player, right Zach?
Yeah.
And what's that main left hand mistake that happens?
Just too much of it.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a bass player in the band, for sure.
Right, so we have a bass player in our band, and your main octave is your lowest octave. Can you let us hear the lowest note there, E, and then... Right, and that actually matches these two E's from Zach. Right, so the E that's below middle C, and then the E that's one octave lower than that. Can you show us again, please, Zach? That is the main realm for the bass guitar. So if a keyboard player ever goes into that region or even lower, we have to really, really carefully consider that choice. In fact, for less experienced players, I'd be saying you don't get to play below the E of middle C, the E that's below middle C, because it'll just make our sound too messy and too mushy, especially down the low end, which is shifting a lot of air in the room. Let's hear a bad example of that, where Zach's going to play far too much low and even do some moving lines in between the bass notes. Let's hear how that sounds. Right, thanks Zach, well done. But we can see how we've got two people in the band competing for the same sonic space in our sound. It just does not work like that. And if there's going to be any walking between these bass notes, any of that sort of freedom to I guess, embellish a little on what these bass notes are in our song, it's really got to fall to the bass guitarist to have that rite of passage. So let's hear exactly that again, but with Zach now applying a much more sensitive approach to especially bass notes. And so he'll be staying a lot higher and more simply. I hope you can hear that how much more musical that sounds and how much more well supported and less cluttered our sound is. Now you notice that Zach did play a few notes lower than that E, but he's playing very, very simply down there and really just supporting the bass guitar. For someone who can't assess that for themselves yet, I would ask them to play no lower than that E. Can we hear that example again with no left hand and maybe just left hand supporting the right hand a little? And if we add an acoustic guitar to this example, we'll find that Zach is perhaps now going to change his approach. So same thing, no low notes, but now I'm going to be strumming the acoustic guitar, and you'll find that Zach simplifies even more than that. Is my tuner? Yeah, all right. Here we go. Right, so now that Zach can hear there's an acoustic guitar that's driving us along there, he doesn't have to play as many notes on his keyboard, and we end up with a better sound. Less actually is more. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the other videos in this series. Please subscribe to the channel. And hey, if you want to find out some more information about More Than Music Mentor, to arrange your own consultation or even have me visit for an on-site consultation and training, please go to the website and contact us through morethanmusicmentor.com.